Yeah, it's about 2:30 now, so it's going to go dark around about 4. So I've got roughly an hour and a half to get to camp and make my bed and settle in for the night. So it's around about 3 o'clock now. I've got an hour. I'm going to pitch my tent, and my plan is I'm going to show you what I use for wintertime camping. So today I brought the Hillyberg, which is actually quite a good winter tent. I would class it as a 4-season tent because it does go all the way to the ground. It's not the warmest of tents, but it's quite adequate for these sort of temperatures, hovering around about 0. So I like to bring this as much as I can, and yeah, it's just a great tent, and it's dead easy. See, this tent is so easy to pitch. It's a case of just putting pegs at one end. Bit rocky there, but you just put pegs at one end and same with the other, and it's up basically in one pole. So yeah, I love this tent, and you can pitch it virtually anywhere. So I've got my tent up. There she is. I've got roughly half an hour before the sun sets, and I thought it would be a good idea to show you what I bring for winter that I'll be using all through this winter to keep me safe and warm. Here's my kit on the ground. I'm going to show you what I use. I'm going to start off with the most important thing, which is the tent. Now this is the tent I'm using today. Conditions are absolutely perfect really for winter. So I can't always use this tent, but when it's not windy and it's like this nice and still, I'll always bring this one. This is a 4-season tent because the outer goes right down to the floor. It's a pretty strong tent as well. It'll keep me fairly warm. So this is what I tend to use normally through winter. It's not the biggest of tents, but you know, it's adequate, and when it's like this I can sit outside. So this is my tent of choice for winter time. Next on my list is waterproofs. Now this is my rain jacket that I bring. It's Jotnar, and it's an outer shell, and yeah, I like my jacket extra big because I like to put it over the top of my quilt jacket. This one's Rab, and this one's really warm. I'll use this inside the tent. On my bottoms, I always use waterproofs. These are Jotnar again. Winter boots are a must for winter. Yeah, I'll always use waterproofs like this, even when it's not raining, because when you're kneeling down on the ground, the water goes around your knees, and you need to keep everything as dry as possible. So I'll use these all the time through winter. They keep my legs always dry and fairly warm. So yeah, so they're my waterproofs that I use. Okay, the next thing is torches. I use 2 torches. I've got a torch, an ordinary torch with a good beam on it. So I'll use this one because it's got a wide beam. If I'm walking in the dark or I need some extra light, I'll use that. And I've got 2 of these head torches. I've got a main one and a backup one in case one fails. So next thing is matches. I bring matches. I bring a big box and I also bring these. They'll light in any. These will light in any condition. These are windproof matches. I occasionally use them if it's really windy. And there's another backup. I use a lighter if things are really going pear-shaped. So Yeah, I'll use that. And they all go in this little bag. I seal that. Keep everything dry. And so yeah, matches are a must. Matches and lighters, backup matches. You need backups in everything, I think, especially in winter. So yeah, 3 sets of matches. Next thing on my list is a GPS device. This is Garmin. I'll use this because you can't always get a signal. When you're out in these places, signal's very unpredictable, so I always bring one of these. Don't always have to use it, but it's a good, it's just comfort knowing that if anything went wrong, I'm okay. And on this also, there's an SOS button on there. So if ever getting into any danger, there's an SOS on there. I can press that instantly, and hopefully someone will come and rescue me. So I always carry that in winter. That's a must. Another thing I always bring is these hand warmers. Now these are brilliant because if your feet it's particularly your hands and feet, it's always your hands and feet that get cold. I always bring these, and if my feet are cold, I'll put them in my socks, and my feet soon get warm. If it's really cold outside, I'll stick some in my sleeping bag as well. So yeah, not without these. These are great. I'm a bit of a wimp really now I've got older, but I always carry hand warmers, and yeah, so they're great. Highly recommend them. I think I bought these from Amazon. Hot hands, they're called. Hot hands. Up to 10 hours of heat. These will give you 10 hours of heat. I think they do actually. They're still pretty warm in the morning, even when I wake up. So yeah. So we need warm clothes. Change your clothes. I always bring an extra top. This one's Jotnar again, because I like Jotnar stuff. It's actually an English make. It doesn't sound English, but it's actually an English brand. And they do a lot of ski wear, and but it's top quality. Always keeps me warm, this stuff. I can't fault it. So yeah, spare clothes. So in my spare clothes bag, what I'll bring is I'll bring some bottoms. These are thermal bottoms. I'll bring some gloves, winter gloves. These are Rab winter mittens. I'll use these. A pair of those. Neck snood, dead handy when it's really chilly outside, keeping your face warm. I've got one on now. So these dead handy for keeping your neck warm when it's like blizzard outside or it's just cold. Keep your face warm. So always carry at least one of these. I'll carry some, these are Montane, these are thermal trousers that I use inside the tent. Some thinner gloves that I'll just use as, you know, if it's just a bit chilly, I'll use some smaller gloves there. These are quite warm actually, to say they're so small, but when it gets really cold, I'll put both on. I'll put these on and these. And then I always carry some merino wool socks, and then over the top of these I'll put some waterproof socks over the top of these. So yeah. And inside the tent I'll wear these. These are my comfy slippers. I'll wear these Nordisk comfy slippers. I'll wear them. They're dead good. So these are good for just walking outside the tent. I'll put these on over my waterproof socks. So they're great. And the last thing is, well, there's 2 things that's remaining. Good sleeping bag. You're gonna need a good sleeping bag for winter. This one is OEX, and I find this one actually really warm. This is OEX Leviathan Evolution. I've always been warm in this. When it's really severe, I'll put my quilt over the top, but usually I can just manage with this. Anything around 0 or even below, it's always kept me warm. So yeah, and it's really good, this bag, because it's got a wide, it's really wide. It's got a wide neck on it, and if that's what we call it, wide body, and so there's plenty of room to move around in that. So I'd recommend that. That's the bag I use. And then I always bring this, my Thermarest Neo Air X-Therm. This has got an R rating, which is R rating is the insulation value. It's got R rating of, I think it's 6.7. Pretty sure it's 6.7. So that's always kept me warm. And yeah, so that's basically my winter kit. And scenery is just amazing around here. It's really lovely. So I'm going to get my kit in the tent and make a cup of tea. So yeah, I've got everything in my tent now, and I've had my tea. So it's about 8 o'clock. I'm gonna go to bed. Well, not bed. I'm gonna go in my bag, my sleeping bag, and because I've got to get up in the morning to see the little doggy. I'm gonna collect her. So so yeah, I'll save my battery, and I'll see you in the morning. Hopefully, weather's not too bad. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be dark. So see you then. There's a lot of frost on the tent this morning. Frosty night. There's a lot of frost on the ground this morning. First signs of winter. I didn't sleep very well last night, so I'll be glad to get home and have a warm. So yeah, I can see the road over there in the distance. So yeah, I'll be back when it gets daylight. But it's just pitch black out here at the moment. So I'll see you when I get back home. I'm going to be careful now, and I've got to make my way over this bit of a reservoir. It's absolutely freezing. So I'll see you when I get back, and we'll go and pick up the puppy. See you soon. When she gave birth, I think, so she's still growing back here, isn't she? Yeah. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, you're gonna miss your little babies, aren't you? Oh. Hey, you're gonna miss your little babies. Oh. Probably had enough now. Probably worn out. Needs a break. Oh. What you like at travelling, eh? She'll probably wake you up too early then. You'll be wanting to go to bed before then, won't you?